everyone, my name is Bella, also known as Bella Losing Hella, and it's been quite some time since I've made a video on here. I actually archived my old ones because we're starting fresh. This is a new journey, and if you're new here, I am going to be sharing my bariatric journey. I recently had it on December 9th, 2024, and we're going to go into detail. So grab your water, tea, coffee, protein shake, whatever it may be, and let's dive into it. I want you guys to know that this is my journey, and I know a lot of people are gonna have stuff they have to say just to get off their chest, but this was the best option for me. I am really happy that I decided to go this route. A lot of people don't get the help they need, and I'm really happy that I got on it early on because I just can't imagine what my life would be like if I continued to let it happen. Back in 2018, I started my fitness journey. I was in high school and I just did not like the person I saw every day in the mirror. And so back then I did keto, I was playing water polo, and I ended up losing over 70 pounds during that time. I kept it off during COVID, and then some of the weight came back. I then got in a relationship with my boyfriend. I started birth control. I wasn't playing water polo anymore. And no matter what I did, what routine I stuck to, what I ate, the weight came back. And let's not forget, I also struggle with binge eating. After losing the 77 pounds, it came back. These last few years, I have been trying every single thing I can do to become healthier, to create sustainable habits, but nothing has worked for me, and as a result my health declined. I have noticed a lot of changes that I've been really unhappy with for quite some time and decided to get professional help. I decided to go to my doctor in the beginning of 2024, and I brought up to them that I was really struggling with my weight. I needed help. I felt like I tried everything, like I mentioned, and the first thing that we started off with was going to a nutritionist, and the nutritionist wasn't really helping that much. This was all stuff that I knew about already. It was on a deeper level. I struggle with binge eating. I ended up going to group therapy, and although it was really nice having the support, I still needed something else because I wasn't losing weight. I wasn't feeling my best, and I go back a couple months later and I tell them, what are my other options? They told me about Ozempic, but we double checked and I couldn't take Ozempic because I was born with one kidney, or any of that medication. It's really hard on your kidneys. The other option was bariatric surgery. It wasn't an automatic decision like I'm getting surgery. I decided a few months ago that this was the route I wanted to go because I was struggling months and months on end saying I can do it myself, I'm gonna try to do it myself, and I failed. Now, the doctor gave me two options that I could choose from for this specific procedure. He told me it was up to me. Depending on what I do, I will lose more weight with the other. So I wasn't really hung up on the number. For me, it was just really getting my life in check again. He told me I can choose a gastric bypass or a gastric sleeve. I went with the sleeve, but essentially what the bypass does is they go inside and they reroute your stomach, so food goes into a different intestine and it digests a different way. I was a little bit more nervous about that procedure just because it seemed a little bit more complicated. So you may be wondering, what is a gastric sleeve or a VSG? And I hope I don't butcher this, but it is a vertical sleeve gastrectomy. And essentially what they do is they remove 70 to 80% of your stomach, which is mind-blowing. It gives me the heebie-jeebies thinking about it. But also, I low-key wanted them to show me how much they took out after. Like, I was low-key curious on what it looked like. Hey, yo, what the? But whatever. You have your stomach and cut it out, and they stitch you, staple you, sew you back up. I had to be on a liquid diet for a few weeks before, and the reason they do this is to make the liver more pliable. That way they can move it around easier, it doesn't get in the way, has less of a chance of interfering with your procedure. So I had to be on my liquid diet, and I remember when I woke up from my surgery, obviously I'm gonna be in pain.
They removed my stomach. Like,
I was in so much pain. The discomfort was unbearable, but it gets better. They have you walk around. I just remember my hospital experience was really hard. I couldn't keep liquids down. It was the smallest sips, and I had to take this medicine which just came back up. It was really miserable. I had the worst time, and I actually had to stay another day because I wasn't keeping liquids down. And the biggest thing after surgery is you truly want to make sure you're staying hydrated. I had an IV that was pumping fluids in me, but because I couldn't swallow anything, they wouldn't let me go. But I was doing really well going on my walks, and if you do end up getting bariatric surgery, that is a huge tip I have, and it's to walk. Get that air moving around. You will be burping and tooting like crazy, and this is like TMI, but I just remember it was so uncomfortable, and I was happy that I was doing both of those things even though they're gross, because I was getting that air out. And if you've ever had trapped air in your stomach, it's the most uncomfortable thing, but imagine that times 100. Fortunately, it has gone away. I don't have any pain or discomfort anymore. It lasted for about a week, and as I kept going on longer walks, that really helped break up the air. I'm going to show you guys what my scars look like. They're really not that noticeable to me, only because I have stretch marks. Scars really aren't a big deal. I think these are my tiger stripes. It is part of my journey. So if you're worried about scars, don't be. Slay! Slay! I think that the most challenging thing for me has been the pre and post-op liquid diet. Now, before surgery, you have to do it. After surgery, you still gotta do it. Now, you originally have to start off with the clear liquids, and then you could have regular liquids, and then it goes to purees and soft foods. But those phases were the hardest for me. There's a lot of options you can choose from, but just the texture is so plain, it's so boring. And I remember I was at a breaking point. I was like, I don't want to be drinking these shakes anymore. I am so tired of these liquids. That's part of the healing process. That's part of the pre-op process. Like, you have to do it. Your stomach is still healing. It can only hold so much. One thing that helped me was when I had my protein shakes, I would switch up the flavors. I love the Premier ones. They had cinnamon roll and chocolate, vanilla, mint, coffee, like all of these flavors. So I was able to switch up the flavor, but the texture just wasn't there. And I'm a very big texture person. I love having different foods. I'm not a fan of eating the same thing over and over and over. It gets really tiring, especially when you're doing it for multiple weeks on end. If you've had bariatric surgery, I know you get it. So yeah. Yeah. One tip that I have for someone who is going to go into bariatric surgery is to be patient with yourself, because your body is adjusting to all new things. You are relearning how to eat again, and obviously you're not lifting for a long time, so easing your way back into that's the biggest thing I could say, because it's a journey. You're not going to have results right away. It's going to take time, as with any journey. Just keep showing up for yourself. Make sure you're drinking your water, you're getting in your protein, and you're taking your vitamins. I would say in the beginning, I really struggled taking my iron supplements. It was really hard to digest for me. So yeah, just be patient and remember that you got this. Getting bariatric surgery has been the biggest eye-opener for me, and what I mean by that is I don't look at food the same. The way I coped with my emotions was eating. Whenever I was sad, bored, lonely, happy, I would always eat. It felt like a warm hug to me. I've been finding other ways to comfort myself, whether it's reading, journaling, going on walks, spending quality time with people. There's a long list of things that I do to help myself not go towards food. But after getting surgery, I don't really have the cravings like I used to. It's more of, okay, now I have to eat. Whereas before I was always like, I was very food driven. Oh, I had breakfast. Well, what's for lunch? Oh, well, let me plan dinner. And like, it was just one thing after the next when it came to food. I feel great. I'm 43 pounds down, and I've been really consistent. I've been tracking my workouts, going to the gym. I've been taking my vitamins and just doing everything I can, sticking to what my doctor told me to do to a T. And as a result, I've been seeing progress. I'm loving how I feel. I've noticed such a change, not only with the scale, but non-scale victories. I feel like my skin is a lot more clear. I have so much more energy. I haven't been snoring. I haven't had my sleep apnea really because I've lost some weight. My sleep quality is a lot better, so I feel more energetic and just excited. I used to hate going to the gym. Now I look forward to it. Every month I've been trying on my jeans, and before I had my surgery they did not zip, and now they're becoming a little bit more loose on me. So that's another great way that I like to track my progress, not just with the scale, because at the end of the day it's just a number. I don't want to rely on the number. I want to rely on how I feel. Okay, so the other day I did a Q&A on Instagram, and I'm going to answer one of the questions someone posted. They said, do you think that you will end up getting a lift and tuck once you hit your goal weight? So I don't really have a goal weight in mind. I know when I lost the weight the first time, I didn't really have a lot of loose skin. It was just my boobs were like a little bit more saggy. I know a lot of people who do lose a drastic amount of weight do end up getting surgery. Probably after I have kids, I would do like the mommy makeover. But I am happy. I honestly would rather have loose skin than feel the way I used to feel. I guess we'll see where the journey takes me. So I know that losing weight, it's already a reward within itself, but I decided to add
a little bit of spice.
And this is my reward board. Now, I've made a couple modifications to it. My ideas have changed. Originally, I wanted to do skydiving, but I was like, I'm a little too nervous for that. So we adjusted it. I can't wait to track on here. I do look forward, especially getting a new wardrobe, because your girl loves to shop. Side note, I have a lot of my clothes saved at my mom's house from when I was thinner. They're in the attic, and I actually have an embarrassing story, but it correlates. This is when I started gaining my weight back. I had a brand reach out to me, and they wanted me to try on their legging jeans, their jeggings, and it was the biggest size that I ordered from them. They sent them in, I tried them on, and they did not fit, and I was devastated because I wanted to make a video for them. They looked great, like they were really cute, and they didn't fit. And so I've kept them. They're in my attic, still with the tags on. I would love to get into those jeans. I think that would be such a great goal. I'm loving the process. I am so excited for the bottom two. I really would love to get to those. Even if I don't hit the number, I still want to like go on a trip. I truly look forward to getting a new wardrobe, because who doesn't love to shop? But also being able to go in different stores as I lose more weight, that's going to be really exciting, and being able to shop from different sections other than the plus size section. We will see what happens. I am so proud of myself for taking this step to better my health, my future, and overall my life. I can't wait to try new things, to have so many new experiences without letting my weight get in the way and having my health decline. And I have so much respect towards people who have undergone this procedure. This was the best for my health and my future, and I'm very happy that I decided to take the step. Thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you for all of the support. I can't wait to make more videos and also answer more of your questions from my Q&A on Instagram. So stay tuned and let's get it.